Fun Fest, and I'm here with JT Haberstaat from the Altercation Punk Comedy Tour. Now, I'm sure you get asked this a lot. What makes Altercation Punk Comedy punk?
That's the number one question we get asked in any sort of interview. To us, I mean, we could obviously not wearing Liberty spikes or, you know, black leather Ramones jacket. To us, we come from kind of the Fugazi, DIY, minor threat school of like, it's more about attitude. So for us, we don't do comedy clubs if we can help it. Sometimes we do, but comedy clubs pay a lot better, but they have restrictions on what you can say, and that's counterproductive to us. You know, and I only book people that have a like mindset and that they don't mind getting in the van and doing, you know, 30 shows in 30 days. We don't take a day off. It's not, you know, one show Thursday, 2 on Friday and Saturday, and then you relax in your hotel room. We crash with people that we meet on the road. You know, we fly out, live in the van, tour for 3 weeks, do a lot of festivals like this, or the Fest in Gainesville, or, you know, I did Vans Warped Tour a bunch. And so us, it's really about having an unfiltered, you know, approach to what you're trying to get across with your comedy. People like Lenny Bruce or George Carlin or Bill Hicks, you know, that type of mold. And also just taking it out of a traditional people on date night sharing chicken wings while you're trying to get something across. You know, a lot of people I think view comedy as they view like a movie, like, oh, what's the movie tonight? You know, let's go to the comedy club. And so it becomes less of a, you know, hit pause, who gives a fuck what's going on, and more of a artistic endeavor. That's what we try and do.
So you get that Black Flag, get in the van.
Black Flag was like huge influence on me. That's I got to do a show with Henry Rollins last summer, and that was like, you know, if you told me when I was 14 I'd ever open for Rollins.
So he did a spoken word thing, and y'all did it.
Yeah, he had me. It was a Warped Tour party thing. It was Born to Lose and Gallows from the UK and Henry Rollins and myself, and it was just like, man.
Yeah, totally.
He's as cool as you would hope he would be. That's right. Henry's great.
Now, there's like a whole DIY ethic to the whole thing. You book a lot of the tours. You do a lot of the things yourself.
Yeah, I book a lot of it.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah. And that's in Altercation Records as well. Ties into all this. That's a label that you work with.
Yeah. We started as Altercation Magazine, which is still ongoing. We've been doing that for a decade. Started as a total DIY publication. Now we're like internationally distributed and stuff. Which the records spawned out of that about 5 years ago. And so I kind of have that control freak in me where, you know, I like to have a handle on exactly what venue we're going into, what the deal is, what I can expect, what performers I know I'm booking, you know, and just because it's representative of the Altercation brand and a bunch of levels. So I'm kind of control freaky about who I book and where we do it.
Right, so you keep it that level. I guess you can keep it punk if you want to call it that, or keep it non-corporate, or keep whatever interest in it that you want to keep in it. Or
I'd feel like a hypocrite when I was like, Altercation Punk Rock Comedy Tour, you got to call my booking agent.
Yeah,
let me know how, you know, here's our 9-page rider. You know what I mean? Like, we, you know, don't get me wrong, like we try and keep it as professional as any, you know, a band like the Bronx or, you know, a Mastodon, whoever. We try and keep it as a professional touring entity. We're not just gonna be like, hey, yeah, you know, roll up, let's do your living room, and, you know, pass the hat around. We try and keep it professional.
So you're going on tour like East Coast rule?
In 3 days.
3 days.
Yeah,
you're coming back to Austin. You do it in Austin every now and then too.
Yeah, I try and actually, since I moved to Austin, I try not to do more than like 8 shows a year, and that includes like big fun fest type things, because I don't want to. With comedy specifically too, to a lesser extent bands, but with comedy I found there's a big fish, small pond mentality in a lot of cities, in that you can be the big guy there, but I never want to get too comfortable and just do Austin all the time. You know, one of the best cities in the world. I want to go out and keep proving it to myself, because it makes the material better, keeps you sharper, and again, comes back to that punk rock thing of living it. Black Flag, man. They never stayed at home. You know,
well, check it out. It seems like a rare thing, like 8 shows a year or whatever, but check out JT Haberstaat around Austin, and the Altercation Punk Rock Comedy Tour.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.